Hello and welcome back to World of Warcraft. My name's Lumin and right now it's time to talk about add-ons again. This is the updated add-on video that I promised I would upload at some point. In this video I'm going to be talking about the add-ons that I currently use, the way I've set them up, and I will also include links below to the lot of them so you can just pick and choose the ones you want, or you can just get them all if you'd like, add them to your game client and be happy like me. Because I'm super proud of the way that I've set my UI up. It's simplistic, minimalistic, and it's exactly what I need from the UI. I think that, you know, if I could, I would go with a completely vanilla UI, but it's so much easier playing if you set things up to just work better with the way you play the game. Now that said, I'm going to be showing my UI off in this video, but if you want to post a video below of your UI, post a screenshot or something like that, I would love to check it out. Transmogs and UIs, they just do it for me. They make me happy. You know, even if it looks terrible to me, I love being able to just see what other people like to do with their UIs. I don't like the big flashy UI, so if you're using, is it called Elv UI? That big thing that just changes everything, then the chances are I wouldn't like it, but I could potentially appreciate it. The amount of effort that goes into setting some of those UIs up, so please, hit me up with those links. I'd love to see them. Now, we're going to get started. I've got a little list here of the UI modifications that I use, all the add-ons that I've got installed at the moment. I will also just mention that I use the Curse client to keep all my add-ons up to date and to install new ones. It does make things a whole lot easier. You just click update, 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 and it updates them all and installs them automatically. Well worth using. I'll put that below as well. If you don't have it, install it, use it. It's great. Now, first up, we're going to talk about Dominos. I use Dominos because I'm not a big fan of the Blizzard bars because they have a lot of wasteful stuff added to them. You know, if I could remove all the funny little curly dragon art on the sides, then I would consider using the default bars. But Dominos, it removes all of that, and you can add stuff that just looks much more simplistic, takes up much less space. You can change the size, I'll show you the settings of it right now, and it's just more aesthetically pleasing. It doesn't clash with anything, it doesn't, you know, get in the way. I like it. I honestly like it, and this is Dominos right here. That little button is Dominos. This is all Dominos here. You can move this around with Dominos. It's cool. You can do a lot of other stuff as well. That's the Dominos bar over there. You can set up invisible bars like this one, for instance, where I've got my mounts on. So I've obviously got my mounts bound to keys. Ground mount. Flying mount. I've got Zen Flight bound as well. All of it right there on a hidden bar. Makes it really easy to access a lot of it. So that's also something useful you can do with it. And it also allows you to move around your cast bars, the encounter bars. So say for instance there's a mechanic in a fight or something, then you can move that around to anywhere on the screen. Your extra button, your vehicle button, your bags, and so on and so forth. It allows you to do everything. And then for the specific bars, you can change the size, the amount of buttons on it, the spacing, everything. You can even fade them out like my bar over here is, bar number 9. And then, if you're a character like a monk that has different stances, then you can set up which bars they connect themselves to. You can set up paging on the bars. I think you could do that with the default bars as well, but it's just much easier like this. And a whole lot of other stuff. There's also a proper options menu that you can go through over here. You can save profiles. You can hide or show the bind-in text. I don't need the bind-in text anymore because I know my keys and I know the setup that I've got incredibly well. So it just looks nicer if you don't have it on. And all the rest. Okay? All the rest. Dominos is great. I do think that there are other add-ons out there that do pretty much exactly the same. Dominos is just the one that I chose. So, you know, if you have an alternative that you prefer for whatever reason, you can feel free to tell me below. And maybe I'll check it out. Who the heck even knows? Next up, Pratt. I use Pratt for my chat windows. You may have noticed that there's not a normal chat window in sight because my facecam frame is over it. It's right behind the facecam frame, you just can't see it. And I have added another one over here that goes kind of invisible, transparent, when I don't hover over it. And that's just for guild chat, say. So if I type something in normal, say, then it comes up there. Party, raid, all the normal stuff. Then my whispers, they come up behind my chat frame where you can't see it. And all the system messages come up there as well. So it just makes it, I guess, neater, cleaner, easier in that way. I also like having the two separated because then you know to look at the one for chat and for achievements and stuff like that. I played a little bit on the beta, and having all of it in one just gets a bit cluttered. Then I've got a different window for whispers as well, which I can, you know, click on any time. Then I can have the whispers and Battle.net friend messages separate. But Pratt has a couple of options. I think you can access all of them through here. Actually quite a lot of options. I mean, you can change the font, you can change the size, all the formatting stuff. It's got a lot. You can even save the history in like a text document in your World of Warcraft folder. So then you can go back and you can look at it, you can search through it, you can find conversations that you had before. Aha! Someone wants an invite to the guild. I'm gonna do that. Right the heck now. There you go. It's Vimple's alt. Vimple, if you're watching this video, it's been great having you in the guild. But that's it. I need to get back to talking about the add-ons. Next. Pratt is great. Okay, Pratt is so good. I also think that Pratt works wonders when it comes to things like links, because sometimes people post links. WoW news, a transmog link. When we get to talking about MogIt, I'll discuss that as well. You need something like Pratt if you're going to use MogIt, but it's good. Pratt is great. If you're going to use a chat add-on, then I recommend Pratt. I heartily recommend it. Next up, however, is WeakAuras. I might need to get into combat to show you that. WeakAuras is the latest discovery that I made, and it's just so good. WeakAuras makes everything in combat when you're playing your class a whole lot easier. It really does. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into combat now, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So that's WeakAuras down there. And this is me lagging right here. Typical. You know, typical. When I want to record a video, I'm going to lag. That's WeakAuras. It shows all your important stuff, or at least all the stuff you want it to show. I'm actually going to go into it now so that I can properly... These mobs are dying too fast. WeakAuras. So, WeakAuras. This is what the setup of it looks like, but here, as a Windwalker Monk, I have, and I say as a Windwalker Monk because I got a different setup for Brewmaster, and I got a different setup for Mistweaver as well. But as a Windwalker Monk, I have my Tiger Power over there, because you want to, when you're playing, when you're fighting, you want to keep your Tiger Power up the whole time. So when it falls off, that little button lights up in WeakAuras, and it's, you know, just going to tell you, now you need to reapply Tiger Power, because that's good. That's what has to happen. Let's just fight a Sunrise Crane. Oh my goodness. I just killed it too quickly. Can I just... Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. We're in combat. That's it. I can't even apply Tiger Power now, but it's glowing because... Here we go. Yeah, I can do it now. There you go. It's glowing because I don't have it on at the moment. But as you can see, I just cast it. Now there's a little cooldown showing how long it's going to take before it's fallen off. You can see the Tiger Power buff at the top there. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5, 4, etc. Then once it's done there, it's going to light up again. So I need to cast it again. I need to reapply it. So let's reapply it on... Wait, let's just pull some more people here. On this guy. Oh, I don't have any chi. Okay, so reapply it over there. Cools down again. You get the idea. Okay, then the next one was my Tiger Eye Brew. So then it builds up stacks. When it's at 10, it glows. I cast it, and so on and so forth. The final one was Energize and Brew. I just wanted Energize and Brew there because it's something that I kind of forget about often. Something that I want to use for the most part on cooldown. But Weekorus tracks all of that quite easily. And then there are different strings that you can just import to make it easier, because it's not super easy to set up. But once you set it up, it really does help out a lot. Then, for Brewmaster tanking, I have Blackout, Kicks, Shuffle there. So I want to keep Shuffle uptime at 100% if possible. I've got my Evasive Brew there. And then the final slot was Guard. So I can just keep Guard up permanently. And Weekorus just tracks all of that with ease. On other classes, there are other things that you want to track. You know, there are other things that you want to keep up the whole time. Say, for instance, on a Paladin, you want to keep Righteous Shield up the whole time, and Weekorus will help you do that quite easily. It's an amazingly flexible add-on. You can do literally anything with it if you spend a bit of time messing around with it. I'm bad at typing. But I've also got Storm, Earth, and Fire on there. This is all done with Weekorus, okay? Have a look at this. So, Storm, Earth, and Fire, if I cast it, it says that there's Earth on the Sunrise Crane. Now, Lightning, Thunder, whatever that is on the Enthralled Forest, whatever that was. It's great. You know, Weekorus is one of the best, if not the best, add-on that I've ever used in World of Warcraft. It's magnificent. Oh, here's something that I can actually fight against. Okay, so if I engage in Glorious Battle with this guy, that's probably going to kill me because this looks like it's a camp of some sort. But you can see that when I cast Tiger Power, it removes it over there, the little glow. I cast Energize and Brew, and then you can see right next to it over there that I have my stacks of Tiger Eye Brew charging up. You know? They just keep charging up, and it'll light up when I can use them. These things are going to destroy me, because they seem to be slightly higher level than me. I could do battle with them, but, you know, I could instead just run. Or die. Doesn't matter. I showed you what I wanted to show you. I don't even know what that was I was fighting against. Honestly. That's embarrassing. That's Weekorus. It is super cool. One tip that I'll give you for using Weekorus, because I feel like it's the kind of add-on that you go into and it just overwhelms you. Search for Weekorus strings that you can just import, and then let me just get to where I was. This might have been a Horde camp. I guess it was. I've never been here before. Not gonna lie. I haven't finished all the quests in the Jade Forest. But let me show you quickly. When you're setting up Weekorus, you can click on import. Then you put the whole string that you've got in here. Then it'll just automatically load everything the way the author of that string set it up. And it's so good. You know, it's such a good way of just quickly sorting things out in Weekorus and improving your gameplay experience, that it's just worth doing. Okay, so check Weekorus out if you want a little bit of help tracking things like cooldowns, uptime of buffs, and all that other good stuff. You don't need Weekorus. Okay, you don't need it, but it makes it easier and more enjoyable to play your class. That's all I'm saying. Next up, damage meters. I use SCADA. Nothing special to say about that. It's a simple, straight-up damage meter. You can see detailed statistics about the stuff that you've been casting. You can see damage, healing, DPS, damage taken, threat, overhealing, everything. It's got it all. It's basically SCADA or Recount that you get to choose between. For the most part, it seems like SCADA has been better. I don't I don't have this open the whole time. I check it every now and then. When I'm playing, when I'm raiding or whatever, I just open it, have a look. You know, I'm on top. Great. Exactly where I want to be. Close it again. Done. Don't need it to take up extra space. There you go. SCADA, recommended as a damage meter. Then, I guess I can say a few words about Deadly Boss mods. You must have it. If you're playing any recent content, if you're planning on going into Warlords of Draenor and doing well in dungeons and raids, then you should probably install Deadly Boss mods. It just warns you about a bunch of things. It is very customizable as well. You know, you can set your bars up just the way you want them. You can put them anywhere on the screen. You can have it announce things to you, shout things at you, and all that other good stuff. It's great. Okay, you need Deadly Boss mods if you want to raid in this game. If people say you don't need it, well, they're lying. They're lying. You can probably do it without, actually. You can probably do it without, but it's going to be much more difficult. It's going to take you much longer to learn the encounters and stuff like that. So I suggest Deadly Boss mods. It's worth using. But we're going to move on now. And we're going to talk about something that I don't use very much myself either. TradeSkillMaster. Actually, you know what? Let's put that at the end. First, we'll talk about MogIt and TinyPad. Now, TinyPad is just a little notepad thing that I use. It's how I keep track of the transmog items that I'm looking for. You can see that in the armor section, I'm looking for Gloves of the Silver Assassin from Trial of the Crusader, 10-man. It's just a notepad. It's a notepad for World of Warcraft, and that's it. You can type in here, then you can close it, and you can open it again, and that's that. There are some options. You can search in it. It's a notepad in World of Warcraft. It's called TinyPad. I think that Blizzard could potentially just put their own kind of notepad thingy in here. Maybe there is one that I just don't know about. Whatevs. I use TinyPad. It works. It doesn't take up a lot of memory or anything. It's just easy to use. Sufficient. Next, MogIt. Now, I don't want to talk too much about MogIt because I will probably accidentally show some transmogs off that I don't want to show off. But MogIt allows you to look at any item or piece of armor in the game on your character. It also allows you to save full sets. I'm not going to scroll down because all the good stuff is below here. Like these. These are a couple of sets that I've made. And this, I don't know why. That's just the assassination armor. I was looking at it. Okay. These are all pretty much incomplete. But it allows you to set up sets of armor and save them. And then it also tells you where to get the items. You can, if I'm not mistaken, use it to equip all of them, if you'd like to do that. And it has every single item that's available to you in the game. All of it. So, I'm going to open the preview menu here, and then we're going to look. So we're going to go to leather, we're going to go to shoulder pads, and we're going to just scroll through a couple of them. So, these are the higher tier ones. Siege of Orgrimmar. All the different colors that they've got. All the different variations. Then, we're going to find one that we like. And we're going to add it. So we like the red ones over here. Which are the monk set shoulders. Heroic version of them. And we're going to add... I don't want to show... Let's just add them to preview. Okay? There you go. I don't want to show you all my sets. Okay? If you want to, you can go back, pause the video, and look at the long list of names. If you want to. Then we're going to go to chest. Then, because you got this in the preview, as you can see there, they on your character. Then you can choose a chest piece that suits the shoulders and add that as well. I think the one that matches it is... Is it this one? This is the one right here. But I mean, you could find one that looks a lot better than that. You can just go through all of them till you find one you like. Like, say for instance you want that. Okay? Or, I actually saw a red one up here. You wanted that. There you go. Robes of the Treacherous Ground. I don't want to add it to a set. I'm so used to adding it to the set. Add it to the preview. There it is. Then let's say you want to add a weapon. And you want it to be a fist weapon. And you go through the fist weapons. And you pick one. There are some really cool fist weapons in this game. Let's say we want a fiery one. A red fiery one. We pick it. Is there a red fiery one? I don't get distracted by this now. Finding the right... Ah. Jeez Louise. Let's rather go for a sword. There. Perfect. I'll find something here. Right. Right. Let's add the Headless Horseman Sinister Slicer. Preview. It adds it. You can see the items over here. And that's that. Then you can just save it, if you'd like. And you can collect the items. Then when you've got the items, then it'll have little ticks next to them. and you'll know. It's pretty great. MogIt is amazing. Then you can also link it to people. So if I want to link this set, I just say chat link, press enter, and then anyone that clicks on there will get it. Voila. I love MogIt and I spend way too much time in it, so I should probably remove it. But what the heck ever. It's great. It's really, really good. Then we're going to move on to a couple of minor ones that I don't use quite as much. These are ones that I install and just use from time to time, maybe uninstall when I'm not using them. I have them on, but I don't use them all the time. Let's start with here, TradeSkillMaster. This basically scans your auction house and your entire region, and then it gives you prices of items. You can see it enhances the tooltip quite a bit. It gives you all the information. It tells you that the market value of this Def Vermilion Onyx is 40 gold. It says the global sale average is 30 gold. So on average it sells for 30 gold. And so on and so forth. It can also tell you, that's for global, okay, but it'll also tell you below that your realm market value, which is a bit lower, and you can set the rest of it up. Mine's not set up, okay, I just installed it because Helene told me it's great, and I check it out every now and then. It's pretty cool. So it doesn't work for soulbound items, as you can see, but, I mean, obviously, you can still look at things like the disenchant value on it, on any of these items, the vendor value and all that other stuff that you can probably see by default anyway. But it's good. It's good if you want to try and play the auction house, if you want to try and make some money, if you want to know whether a low-level green item is worth trying to sell as a transmog. For stuff like that, it's really, really good. That's TSM or TradeSkillMaster. Check it out. I use NPC Scan from time to time to show me where I can find rares on the map. It does this. It lights up the area that the rare would be in, and then you can go there and the rare could potentially be there for you to kill. It also tracks which ones you've killed, which ones you haven't killed, and it's really good if you want to hunt rares, if you want to know where they spawn. It's probably worth having if you level in a character, because then you can kill all those rares for experience, for the chance at green items, and so on and so forth. It's worth having. Check it out if you're interested. Next up, Gathermate 2. I don't use that anymore, but it is something that I've used before. For gathering, that's probably your best one. It'll basically just, I don't even think I've got it installed now. It'll put all the nodes on the map. So there are a lot of mines around here. Then it'll put them all there, the possible spawn locations for the mines. Then you can go there, and you should find a mine on one of those spawns. Same for herbs, same for other stuff like that. It's really cool if you want that kind of thing, but my trade skills are maxed. There's no reason for me to use it anymore. So I don't. Also, I'm a leather worker and a skinner on this character, so it's kind of pointless. But it is good if you want that kind of thing. Then for archaeology, I used a mod or add-on called Archie, or Archie. And it helped me quite a bit for leveling the archaeology, because it tells you kind of where you need to use your survey ability. It also easily tells you if you can solve something, if you're ready to solve something, and so on and so forth. It's great. It's well worth using if you're into archaeology. Ah, okay. There we go. Doing some archaeology on the fly. But it's good. Archie. Then, for raid announcements and stuff like that, if you want to announce your cooldowns when you, say, use Sven, you want to announce it to the raid, then this RSA add-on, RSA, it's called Rayleigh's Spell Announcer or something. It will just put a message in chat telling your entire raid that you've just used it. Then it can also tell them that it's expired or run out or whatever, and that's well worth using if you're a tank or a healer and you need to announce to the raid that your cooldowns have been popped and they need to be careful from this point on. Or you can just use it so that you don't overlap with cooldowns. So if you're a healer, a priest, say for instance, you're putting down Power Word Barrier, you want it to announce it so that a shaman doesn't go and use their cooldown at the exact same time. Kind of useful. I don't use it at the moment, but it's kind of useful. And then, I think that's it. I was going to say, you know, next up is something else, but I think I've covered them all. Wow. Not bad, Lumin. Not bad. I guess one more thing I can mention is that I use the Blizzard unit frames. All I did was I right-clicked on it, and I clicked on Move Frame, and then I moved it from the top right, or top left, sorry, down to the middle here, and I put the target just opposite it, over there. And I also use the standard Blizzard raid frames. It works fine for me. I mean, I've played Mistweaver on this character. As a healer, it works fine. As a tank, it works fine. As a DPS, it works fine. I like how these look here, so I use them. It's pretty great. But that's it. I'm done. You can tell me which add-ons you use, which ones you're passionate about. I'm passionate about MogIt. I really am. I kind of love Dominos as well. Cool add-on. It really helped me out. Made everything look a whole lot nicer. But you can let me know what you use, what your UI looks like, and all the rest. And also feel free to criticize mine. Tell me what I could do to improve it. What would make it better. A lot of people have suggested Sexy Map, I think it's called. I think that's the name. That modifies the minimap a little bit. But I kind of like that the minimap fits with the unit frames. I don't want everything to be changed. I'm using the default unit frames. I like the default minimap. So there you go. Check back here soon for more World of Warcraft videos. Give this one a like, share it, and do all that other good stuff. And again, let me know. Let me know. Happy that.